Skill 7. I can use a conversion factor to convert between different units. This is the problem that we're going to do. We're going to do the first one, question number 1. 134 gallons to liters. So let's set that up. 134 gallons to liters. Now, in order to solve any kind of problem, first we need to list our given and our unknowns. So our given in this situation is 134 gallons, but also given to us is the relationship between gallons and liters. See, they're both measurements of volume, gallons and liters, how much space something takes up, and 1 gallon equals 3.785 liters. So another thing that's given to us, 1 gallon equals 3.785 liters. That's given to us. Now, our unknown. What is the question asking us? Well, it's asking us to convert from gallons to liters. So what we don't know is the liters. So now that we know our givens and our unknowns, we can begin to solve the problem. The first step in solving this problem is always turn our given into a fraction. So our given is 134 gallons. So we're going to take 134 gallons, and the first step is always to turn it into a fraction. That's the first step. Now the second step, we need to use a conversion factor which will help us convert between gallons and liters. So how do we find the conversion factor? Well, we look at our other given. We know that 1 gallon equals 3.785 liters. So what we can do is we can take that information and come up with our two conversion factors. 1 gallon divided by 3.785 liters, or the other conversion factor is 3.785 liters divided by 1 gallon. So we can use either one of these conversion factors to convert, and the key is picking the right one that we're going to use. So which one do we use? Well, we want to use the one that's going to let us cancel something out, always. So if I have 134 gallons on top, is the numerator of my fraction, I need to pick the conversion factor that's going to let me cancel out gallons. So if I were to do this, then I would have gallons on top, I would have gallons on the bottom, and it will let me cancel out gallons. So I'm going to pick this conversion factor. I want to pick that one. I'm going to move that one up here, and I'm going to say 3.785 liters divided by 1 gallon. Gallons cancels out. Because if I use the other one, then gallons would not cancel out. I will have gallons times gallons, giving me gallons squared, which is wrong. I want them to cancel out. And that is why I pick this second conversion factor right here out of the two conversion factors that I can pick. So once I find the correct conversion factor, now all I do is solve the problem. Now I'm multiplying two fractions together. I have this fraction times that fraction. And to multiply fractions is easy. You just multiply across the top and then multiply across the bottom. So across the top, I have 134 times 3.785 liters, 0.785 liters, multiplied across the top. Uh-oh, battery's running low. Okay. Then I multiply across the bottom, 1 times 1. So I have 1 times 1. And then I can just put that into my calculator, which will let me solve the problem. So what do I have? 134. Let me put this on the screen. Here we go. 134 times 3.785 divided by 1 times 1. And that is going to give me what? Messed up. 1 times 1. And there we go. That's my answer. 507.19. That is my answer. And gallons cancels out. The only thing left is liters. So the answer is 507.19 liters. And that is how we solve our problem. We convert it from gallons to liters, and the unknown is 507.19 liters. And that is how you use conversion factors to solve a problem. Now these are really easy. Now I'm going to do a couple more real quick, rapid fire, just so that you can get the sense of how to solve them. Now I did problem 1, 134 gallons to liters. Let's do problem 2, 820 pints to fluid ounces. So 820 pints over 1 times, let's find a conversion factor, pints to fluid ounces. Let's see, 1 pint equals 16 fluid ounces. So I'm going to put pints on the bottom. 1 pint equals 16 fluid ounces. My pints is going to cancel. And when I solve that, I get, let's see, 820 times 16 divided by 1 times 1. And that equals 113,120 what's left fluid ounces. And that's how you solve that one. Let's look over here and solve, let's see, feet to yards. Let me find a good one. Yeah, feet to yards, 478 feet to yards. Okay, 478 feet to yards. Turn into a fraction, multiply by a conversion factor. I know that 1 yard equals 3 feet. Okay, so I'm going to put feet on the bottom. That lets it cancel. 1 yard, and 478 times 1 yard divided by 1 times 3. I will take my calculator and go 478 times 1 divided by 1 times 3, and that will give me 159.3. 159.3 what? Yards, because that is the unit that I'm left with. And let's do one more. Since these are so easy to do, let's do one more. Let's do 519 kilograms to pounds. So we're starting off with 519 kilograms over 1. Kilograms to pounds. What's the conversion factor? I'm going to look up at my chart. Kilograms and pounds is dealing with mass. So I have, let me see, I need something with kilograms and pounds. Here we go. 1 pound equals 0.45 kilograms. So I need to let kilograms cancel out. I'm going to put the kilograms on the bottom, 0.45 kgs, 1 pound up top. My kilograms will cancel. And I do 519 times 1 pound divided by 1 times 0.45. And I will put that into my calculator. 519 times 1 divided by 1 times 0.45. That gives me 1,153.3 pounds. And that's all that's left over. That's how you do them. It's pretty simple.